Taking care of someone you love is one of the most rewarding roles in life. But let's be honest, it's also one of the most challenging, especially when it comes to your own safety and well being as a caregiver, because while you're focused on keeping your loved one comfortable, mobile, and healthy, it's easy to forget that your own body and mind also need protection. So today's video is all about caregiver safety made simple and easy to understand, covering physical safety, emotional health, home safety, emergency preparedness, and real-world strategies to keep both you and the person you care for safe every single day. Let's start with one of the most important topics, physical safety and injury prevention, because too many caregivers end up with back injuries, shoulder pain, or even long-term mobility issues just from not knowing the right way to move or assist someone, and this is something we can fix right now. First, when transferring or lifting the person you care for, always remember the golden rule. Lift with your legs, not your back. That means bend your knees, keep your back straight, and let the power of your legs do the work. This one simple adjustment can save you from years of back pain. Second, never ever try to do it all alone if the person is too heavy for you. This is not about being strong, it's about being safe. So if the transfer feels risky, call for another person to help or use assistive devices like a gait belt or a transfer board. These tools are designed to keep both of you safe, and if your loved one uses equipment like wheelchairs, walkers, or even a mechanical lift, make sure you've learned exactly how to use them correctly, because improper use can actually create more danger. Now let's move to preventing slips and falls, which is one of the most common accidents in home care settings. The easiest step is to keep walking paths clear. That means no clutter, no stray shoes, no tangled electrical cords, and definitely no loose rugs that can turn into tripping hazards. If you ever spot a spill, wipe it up immediately, because even a few drops of water can cause a dangerous slip, especially for someone with weak balance. The bathroom is another hot spot for accidents, so make it safer by using non-skid mats inside the shower or tub, installing grab bars for support, and even using a shower chair if needed. Don't forget about lighting. Dark hallways, dim stairways, or poorly lit rooms can be an accident waiting to happen, so add night lights or brighter bulbs to make sure everything is visible. Now, moving beyond physical safety, let's talk about hygiene and infection prevention, which is absolutely critical if you're handling personal care, medications, or cleaning, because protecting yourself from germs is just as important as protecting your loved one. Always wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water, especially after helping with personal care tasks or before preparing food, because hand washing remains one of the simplest yet most powerful safety tools you have. Wear disposable gloves whenever you're dealing with bodily fluids, changing bandages, or cleaning up potentially infectious messes. It's a small step, but one that dramatically lowers your risk of exposure. And make it a habit to disinfect frequently touched surfaces like doorknobs, faucet handles, light switches, and countertops. These are the unseen hotspots where bacteria and viruses often linger. A cleaner environment doesn't just protect your loved one, it also protects you and everyone else in the household. Of course, caregiving is not just about the physical. It takes a huge emotional and mental toll, and if you don't take care of yourself, burnout and stress can sneak up on you fast. So let's dive into avoiding caregiver burnout. The number one thing to remember: take breaks. And I don't mean a full vacation, although that would be wonderful. I mean even short 5-minute breaks where you step outside, breathe fresh air, or simply relax. Your mind can make a world of difference. You also have to learn to ask for help and, more importantly, accept it. Because caregiving should never be a one-person show. Whether it's asking a family member to run errands, a neighbor to check in, or scheduling professional respite services that give you a temporary break, delegating is not weakness, it's strength. Another essential tip is to set clear boundaries. Don't overload yourself by saying yes to every demand or expectation, because you need to recognize your limits and protect your energy. But what if the stress builds up anyway? That's when stress and depression management becomes crucial. The first step is to talk about it, whether it's sharing with a trusted friend, joining a support group, or even connecting with other caregivers online. Talking through your feelings prevents you from carrying the weight alone. Prioritize your health by scheduling your own medical checkups, eating balanced meals, and finding at least some form of exercise you enjoy, even if it's just a daily walk or stretching session, because when your health slips, your ability to provide care slips too. And be mindful of warning signs of depression, like losing interest in activities you once enjoyed, struggling with sleep, or feeling persistent sadness. If you notice these signs, please don't ignore them. Speak with a healthcare professional, because your well-being matters just as much as the person you're caring for. Now let's shift gears to home safety and emergency preparedness, because creating a safe environment isn't just about convenience, it's about preventing life-threatening accidents. Start by assessing the home for hazards. Look for frayed electrical cords, overloaded outlets, cluttered stairways, or flammable items near heat sources. These small risks can escalate into big dangers if ignored. Next, create an emergency plan. What would you do if there were a fire, power outage, or sudden medical emergency? Make sure you know where important documents are, like medical records, medication lists, or insurance papers, and keep them in an easily accessible folder. Having emergency contacts posted near the phone or saved in your phone is also essential, so you never waste time searching in a crisis. Speaking of emergencies, handling medications safely is another critical part of caregiver safety. Many accidents happen when pills get mixed up, doses are missed, or medicines are taken incorrectly. Always store medications in clearly labeled containers, keep them out of reach of children, and use a pill organizer to avoid mistakes. Double check with doctors or pharmacists if you're ever unsure about dosage or timing, and never share medications between people. It might sound obvious, but it happens more often than you think and can be very dangerous. Finally, let's talk about caring for someone with challenging behaviors, which is common when dealing with conditions like dementia, Alzheimer's, or even situations where your loved one is in pain or frustrated. The key here is to stay calm and try to understand the root cause. Are they confused, scared, or uncomfortable? Instead of reacting with frustration, practice patience. And if the behaviors become overwhelming, seek professional help from doctors, therapists, or support organizations that specialize in behavioral care. So let's recap. Caregiver safety isn't just one thing. It's a lifestyle made up of small, intentional actions. Protect your body with proper lifting techniques and assistive devices. Prevent slips and falls by keeping the environment safe. Maintain hygiene through hand washing and cleaning. Protect your mental health by taking breaks and asking for help. Safeguard the home by removing hazards and preparing for emergencies. Handle medications with care, and approach challenging behaviors with calmness and support. By putting these strategies into practice, you're not only creating a safer environment for your loved one, but you're also ensuring your own health and longevity as a caregiver. Remember, your safety matters, your health matters, and when you take care of yourself, you become a stronger, more resilient caregiver. If this video helped you, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe Care Loves for more health and caregiving tips, and share this video with anyone who could use these life-saving strategies. Caregiving is tough, but with the right tools and mindset, you can handle it safely, effectively, and with confidence every single day.